makes me want to have a bowl. So onwards we go, guys, because the reason we were out there yesterday calling for cannabis legalization, on Saturday, geez, not yesterday, on Saturday, it felt like yesterday in fairness, because yesterday was just a blur. I was really stoned over after all of those edibles, like, great day out. But yeah, the reason we were out there on Saturday calling for the end of prohibition, the end of the war in our community, is because of headlines like this, where a man who was caught with 3 cannabis plants was brought before the courts here in Cork City after the Gardaí carried out a raid on this person's apartment. Now, why they carried out the raid in this person's apartment, I've no idea. Was it a tip-off maybe from a neighbour? Was there a smell going out in the shared space on the landing, or what have you? I'm not too sure, but it's unfortunate that Gardaí saw it necessary to waste their time and go in and raid a person's home for 3 little cannabis plants. And interestingly enough here in this case is the 3 cannabis plants had an approximate value of €500. Now that's intriguing to me, because one cannabis plant is supposed to be worth €800, but in this case it was worth €500 for all 3 plants, and that's even cheaper than what Tony Keogh got. So again, I'm wondering, is this a misprint, or what was the crack there with this case? It was Frank Buttermore who was defending the client, or the accused. Yeah, so maybe if anybody's out there and they're going to be getting represented going forward, maybe Frankie Buttermore is after figuring of arguing the value of your plants down, because €500 it's a big difference there from what it should have been €2,400 for 3 cannabis plants based on an €800 per plant valuation, which is the normal valuation used by the Gardaí in the courts. So again, I'm curious, what was it here about this case that it seemed reduced the value of the plants down to €500? The person was growing them under LED lights, and up before the courts in front of Judge Olin Kelleher, a Lithuanian national who was accused here, he received a €750 fine for cultivation of cannabis without a license. So that's not too bad in fairness. Like, okay, like it's 3 plants and they only were worth €500, and it's above what the plants were even worth. But in fairness, like if like for me anyway, that would say to people out, I would be saying to people out there, look, grow your 3 or 4 plants. The worst that's going to happen is if you get caught, you get a €750 fine, and look, fair enough, a conviction to go with it. But in fairness, like if you're going out buying cannabis, like you're going to be paying way more than what you would have to in this case. Like, you could easily grow in your own house under one light with 1 plant. You could probably get upwards of 5 or 6 ounces off of 1 plant under 1 light if you give it enough space and grow it well. 5 or 6 ounces, guys, as you know, it's worth about, what's that, about €2,000 to €3,000 for 5 or 6 ounces, going off of about €400 an ounce there on the streets, based on street prices, like. So again, there's a lot of incentive there to be growing your own. If you get caught, like, it's a small little price to pay in fairness, like, and think about the money you save. Like, if it costs you €400 every month at the moment for your cannabis, well, if you were to grow your own, it would only cost you maybe between €100 and €200 a month for your electricity and all your inputs and stuff like that. So again, you would be saving about €200 to €300 every month. If you just put away €50 a month, like, after about, 15 months, sure, there's your €750, like, saved up and put aside, ready for your court case, like. Put away a little bit more, put away €100 every month out of that, like, and maybe you're able to pay for your own solicitors and stuff like that and get proper legal representation going into court. But again, this for me is it's definitely an incentive there for people to be growing your own. A €750 fine, it's rather much very much a slap on the wrist. Again, the worst thing in connection with this is the criminal conviction that goes with it. Now that lasts your life, so that's down to the individual to ask yourself, is that worth it? Could you live with a criminal conviction? Is that going to be detrimental to your life? If not, what are you waiting for? Go grow your own cannabis. Like, stop building the pockets of organised crime gangs out there, in fairness. So this is what we were out there marching for on Saturday, guys. To end this persecution of our community, the wasting of our Gardaí's time, and for safer access to cannabis also. It makes me want to have a bowl.